Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to retake Faceit on Nuke as a CT in CS2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down in the comments below on what you want us to do next. By the way, we are doing free giveaways every month. In these giveaways, you can win various CS2 skins and free CS2 course access passes created by a Faceit level 10 coach who has experience in high tier CS2 teams. To sign up, simply visit the CS2 polls giveaway page and follow the instructions. Link is in the description. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So let's talk about all of the positions that you can retake from as a CT towards Faceit. To break it down, the main 4 positions that you can retake from are Heaven, Main, Flank from Hut, or Flank from Door. Starting off, let's begin by talking about Heaven. Heaven is the most important position out of all of these because of how high you are up on the map. You have a huge vision towards the entire site. If you have good control and good positioning and you have good utility, you can definitely do a lot of damage from this position. Let's begin by talking about the utility. Starting off, if you're standing in this corner, you can do 3 crucial utilities that can really help you out in a retake scenario. Firstly, you can throw the smoke. If you're just standing in this corner, as I showed, you aim at this lamp's middle, bottom part, and then just left click throw.
Throwing smoke.
This smoke perfectly lands towards Hut and it covers it entirely. That's why Ts who are camping in Hut are fully covered off and they can't enter the site safely. Then, from the same spot, you can throw the Smolly by aiming at the slide dart that is sticking out of the wall, and you just left click throw as well.
Throwing fire.
This Smolly lands ideally behind this box and it covers it fully. And after the Smolly, you look at this position where this sign is held, and then you look at the knee of the person and just left click throw as well. It bounces off and has a really good pop out flash for when you want to entry. Make sure to throw both of these Molly and smokes before you throw the flash, because only after then it becomes a really good flash since you peek instantly after it. Despite from this utility, you can also throw a Molly towards default in here. You simply need to go towards this corner where this fire hydrant is. You can rather go more to the right or more to the left, it doesn't really matter. Mainly I just go towards the right one because it's the more comfortable one, and then I just simply aim in the middle of this yellow line aligned with this small yellow sign, and then as I'm aiming here I just left click throw.
Throwing fire.
This Molly fully covers this corner and the Ts need to slightly move towards the right where they can be visible for players who are playing in this corner of main. You can also combine this Molly with this flash in order to cover the default fully and peek it out safely. However, as you peek out, you do need to worry about this corner since Ts love to hold it with an AK usually, or even a sniper sometimes. That's why you need a main player, which brings me to my next position, which is main, to molly vents fully. To do that, you just simply go towards the left side where you can see this wall through these gaps, and as you run, you aim slightly above this blue line. Ideally, you can aim underneath the slight dark dotted line from the nails, and then as you run, you just simply left click throw.
Throwing fire.
This Molly covers the vent fully and forces Ts to push out. However, despite this Molly, you also need to Molly this corner just in case you are safe when you entry out the site, because when you entry out you do need to focus towards this area and this area more than you need to focus towards this area. That's why it's way better to clear it off early so you don't have to focus your time by checking this corner. That's why you need to molly that position. I just use this simple lineup as I line up with this wall. It doesn't matter how precise, it doesn't have to be really precise. However, after I line myself up, I move more to the left until I see this slight gap around this side of vent, and then I just aim at the top, around the top of here where this metal line crosses out through main, and then I just aim slightly lower just so I don't hit the roof of it, and as I run I just quickly left click throw.
Incendiary out.
This Molly covers off this corner fully and it's a very easy Molly to learn. After time you don't even need to go for the lineup, you just instantly remember it by eye, and as you stand here you just simply throw it and the Molly is very consistent if you just remember the lineup.
Incendiary.
Usually a large mistake that CTs do is just throw a random molly against this wall and think that this corner will be fully mollied. However, it is not the case. You do need a specific lineup for this. There are several lineups to this. However, this is the one that I found the most easiest and the most effective and the most consistent at the same time. If you get smoked off from main, you can just stand in this corner and aim above this roof and just slightly move forward as you click the right click at the same time.
Throwing a grenade.
And you won't get any damage dealt to you, and you have a slight vision over main if you want to catch T's off guard. When it comes to retaking main, there aren't a lot of flashes that you can use that are very good to pop out of main and just peek out. That's why I just use a simple flash against this wall. For example, it's a very good flash just to peek out quickly. However, the T's do react to it, so it isn't a very important flash to know. However, if you do want a less expected flash and a one that is more open, I suggest throwing a flash against this vent. You look at this line and move more to the left. It's around 3/4 against the other side, and then you just simply left click throw against the vent.
Throwing flashbang.
And then peek out. It's a pretty good flash. It does blind off enemies who are standing like so, and the only way they don't get blinded is if they stand fully in the corner. You can also blind T's if they're standing open towards vent side, or they're just looking like so towards heaven. And it does blind T's if they are standing open towards side like so. However, in my opinion, throwing flashes throughout main isn't as important as throwing a flash from heaven, because this flash is way better to throw since it's a really good pop out flash for the heaven players, and it even blinds this area vent, so CTs can peek out main way safer by a heaven flash than a flash of their own. The players from heaven and the players from main need to peek out at exactly the same time after the person who is playing in heaven throws their entire utility towards A side.
Throwing fire. Throwing flashbang.
They instantly peek out, and at the same time the CTs who are playing from main should peek out as well. Depending on what molly you throw, depends on which corner you need to clear first. If you throw the default molly, then you need to check this corner, then quickly check this corner if it doesn't get mollied by main players, and then only do you focus on default. Whilst if you throw this molly, you don't really need to focus on this position, you more need to focus towards the stairs on hut, and then you can move towards this gap in vents, and then you can go towards default. The person who throws this molly quickly needs to focus towards the doors, because the person who threw this molly covered off the entire vents, and then this player needs to focus on him just so the T doesn't push out randomly and catches them off guard. And the person who threw this molly quickly focuses towards the hut side, and then he can focus towards this area. If it doesn't get mollied, then he can clear the defaults, and only then does he focus towards the right side of the molly where the T might have peeked out quickly, and after that you can continue to focus towards side once you clear the entire vent positions. When it comes to flankers, they need to clear a lot of positions in order to have the safest round possible. They quickly clear this right corner, then they focus towards the CT side. After that, they focus towards the single door side, then they focus towards the squeaky side to clear this area where the red and white boxes are, then they clear the left side of it, then they focus towards the boost. And keep in mind, you do need to jiggle peek here just in case if someone is standing towards hut, then you can quickly, by jiggle peeking, just quickly clear these two corners. My idea is that if you jiggle peek, then you might not get killed and quickly spot if someone is standing on top, because if you clear this corner really quickly and just peek out like so and the enemy is on top, then it becomes a bit difficult because he has the first contact on you, whilst you have to flick and then start shooting at him. That's why I suggest jiggle peeking first. After you jiggle peek, you can just quickly focus on which position the T is standing in. After clearing these two positions, you slightly move to the left just in case, so you clear this part of hut. Then you can rather quickly go here towards single door, or before you can quickly run around and check this gap just in case so no one is flanking you. And then you can just quickly shift towards this area of single door and make sure to clear the right side and the left side of this area first, because this area is oftenly standed by in T side, and T's love to camp here every time so they get to kill flankers. In my opinion, going single door is a bit better than going towards hut, because that way you clear a large position and connect yourself with your teammates who are playing from main. That's why you clear a lot of the area, and after that you can just focus towards hut and default. Whilst if you go towards hut, it becomes a bit more difficult. However, it does have its own benefits because you have the contact towards players who are playing in default and the players who are playing behind this box as well. However, I found that the more retakes that I win on Nuke is when I shift around towards Squeaky and then connect with my main players, and only then do we take the site one by one, and the heaven player can just wait for us out so we get the kills, and then he peeks on timing and catches them off guard. When it comes to utility, the flankers don't really have to use a lot of utility. They can save their smokes just in case if they need to ninja defuse, or they can save their mollies for if you take a lot of the control and the last player is camping towards hut, then they can just rather molly it again as the heaven players did.
Smoke.
Or if it is smoked already and the smoke didn't fade, then you can just molly the exit so the team doesn't push out, and then you can quickly and safely defuse the bomb. Usually the bomb on A site is planted in this area or in this corner, or instead they plant on the opposite side, which is the most common position that T's plant in a post plant scenario. If you're defusing this area of site, then I really suggest throwing a smoke just in case if there are any flankers behind you, because that way it's way better and way safer, since this area is way more open than the opposite side, which is covered by these two large barrels. If the bomb, for example, is planted here, you as well should use a smoke just in case, because you're open towards main, hut, and heaven flankers. These are all the positions that T's can come through. They can even push you through Squeaky and peek from this angle. That's why I really suggest using a smoke for defusing unless the bomb is covered by these two barrels. Thank you everyone for watching the video. This was how to retake ASI on Nuke as a CT in CS2. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down in the comments below on what you want us to do next, and I'll see you in the next video.